G'day mates and welcome back. This is Quirky and I have got some explaining to do in order to explain why I'm going to do what I'm going to do in today's episode. I promise that will make sense in a minute. So I finished this, the ore processing doodad thingamajigger that I started last episode. This side is all the end metals. So they're getting processed into the alloy smelters which go into the sag mills, and then the iron and gold have that extra step of getting processed in there. And I also added this. This one is processing the star steel that's coming in, so that needs to be crushed and then alloy smelted. So it's slightly different than the other ones, but that's okay. We can work with that. And then this side is the chunks. So the chunks that I'm getting from the basically what is an emeralds generator. I made that gadget over there to get emeralds, but now I'm getting everything else, but that's fine. Extra resources won't say no. I also added this arrangement, which is literally just to produce flint for the sag mills. Sag mills work slightly better when they have flint in them, and they'll work even better if they have dark steel balls, but that's a bit harder to sort of automate, so I've just gone with the flint. So basically all this is, there's a cobblestone gen, which gets pushed down into the sag mill, makes gravel. Gravel gets pushed down into the sag mill, makes flint. Flint goes into the tiny mini chest. This is just a buffer chest just to make sure I've got room for everything. And then that gets fed out into all of the sag mills. And any extra like sand or anything like that gets trashed out because I don't need anything else. I just need the flint. I'm sure there's a better way I could set that up, but that's how I've done it. And you can't make me change it. So, what I was planning to do this episode was to work some more on the immersive engineering factory thing that I've got going on over there, right? So, I came over here thinking, what am I going to use for floor? And there's quite a nice block I would like to use. It's this one, which I'll probably end up using as slabs rather than full blocks, because that's a bit more efficient. But anyway, so you need that, right? Blast bricks and steel plates. Steel plates are not particularly difficult, they're just going to be tedious. It's this bit that's a little bit trickier. So, bricks, I didn't have a lot of because I didn't have a lot of clay. I came down here to what is essentially a quartz generator. This whole arrangement here, for those who haven't seen it, basically generates quartz. I've got barrels on mycelium, which makes witch water, which takes the sand, turns it into soul sand. This is the cobblestone gen that goes into these, which I could actually swap out for sag mills, now that I think about it, but anyway, it doesn't matter. These make gravel, gravel gets fed into here, that makes sand, sand gets fed into the witch water barrels, turns into soul sand, comes back into the sieves, and makes quartz. Gets there eventually. Anyway, I had quite a backlog of sand, which I still do quite have a backlog of sand. But anyway, I was putting it in here to make dust, which pushes over to the auto compressor there, which turns it into compressed dust. Which for a long time I was actually moving to my emerald generator and shoving in there. But with the other thing that you can do with dust, which is quite nice, add it to a wooden barrel with water in it to turn it into clay. Now it does need to be regular dust, and this is compressed dust, so I am going to convert it back. Here we go. So this is, I call these processor boxes just as a cute thing in my head, I guess. But basically I put the dust in there. Whoops. There we go. And the item conduit takes the dust out, like so, puts it in the barrel, turns it into clay, which you can't see because it's too quick, but then this extracts the clay back out, which I haven't got filtered because it doesn't need to be, but basically that'll feed back into there, so I can come back later on and it'll just be full of lovely, lovely clay. No effort required. So having sorted out my clay situation, I started making brick. There's my bricks, and there's the first one of the blocks. The flooring, and then there's a whole bunch of that, so that's sort of started. One of the mods I've added, which I haven't really used yet, to be honest, is the Better Builders Wands mod. So I open this up thinking, okay, I can make one of these and sort of make a start. I'll open this. It requires a nether star. The difference between these three is just the number of blocks it can place, so I was just going to make the regular one, which is there. There's going to be a weird cut in the editing there because my cat chose that moment to jump up on the desk and scare the bejeebers out of me. And you lot don't need to hear me yelling about that, but... Anyway, right. Better Builder's Wand. Basically, the idea behind these is that it lets you place a whole bunch of the same block at once. So I came over here to make one of these so that I could do the flooring and the walls for the factory fairly easily. I went like this. There's the recipe. Requires a nether star. I thought, okay, not a problem. I have nether stars. And at the time, the number of nether stars I had not gone up since previous checkings of that. So I thought, that's weird. Let me go and check my wither power spawner thingin' that's over here. And I discovered that there were no withers spawning. So I fixed that. This is about to get very loud. Let's just fix that. Even with sound mufflers and the wither muffler thinger, this is still very loud. So, no game sounds for the next minute. So, there was no withers happening, and what I discovered was that had run out of nether stars. Whoops, if I can get over there to show it. Come on now. Get over there. There we go. Right. It had run out of nether stars on the top row there. So, me being the genius that I am, I put half a stack of nether stars in there. And generated over 300 withers at once. Is that smart? On top of that, the nether star generators had actually... I forget about the withering. The nether star generators had actually started to run out of nether stars, which, you know, not good, considering how much stuff I use power from this thing for. Eat, quickly! I'm not withering away! No! No! Stop it! Stop it! I refuse to wither away, dang it. But anyway, so they've all got nether stars in again, that's good. I've now got buffer chest. Mini chest, I love those mini chests. So now this is all up and running and functional again, hopefully, so I should have nether stars happening, which is nice. The one thing I did notice about the nether star generators as I was putting nether stars back in them is that they weren't really keeping up with burning the nether stars to make the power, if that makes sense. So on that side at least, they've all got the speed upgrades, so now that they can zoom through the stars if they need to, which, I mean, to be fair, I'm not going to run out of power anytime soon, but, you know, no harm in taking precautions. So I thought, okay, I need to make these things, speed upgrades, upgrade speeds, whatever. Put them in there like that. So to do that, I needed a whole bunch of these upgrade bases, which I didn't have. But to make those is fairly easy. You need gold weighted pressure plates in a resonator. Now this one, I've only just recently added the processor box, because before now I was not using this extensively, but basically that goes in there, they get pulled out, upgrade bases come back in. It's very nice. Problem is, with using these, either in this or any other machine, is that for every upgrade you have, it takes 1 GP to use, which, looking at my grid power number there, you wouldn't think would be a problem. 93,533. You wouldn't think that's going to run out anytime soon. The problem is that that's a bug. There seems to be some kind of mod conflict happening. I actually discovered this, oh gosh, it was very early on, probably episode 5-ish, something like that. It was the one where I put in all the solar panels that I realized that this bug was going on. The thing is, though, given that it's a bug, pretty much at any second it could resolve itself, and all of a sudden I'm out of grid power. So, what I would like to do today, finally, in a very long-winded, roundabout sort of way, is make more grid power. I do have some grid power generating. I actually have This elevator here I mostly use for going up stairs up here. All of this stuff that I actually haven't touched in a while. But there's also downstairs. Water mills. Whoops. Don't jump on the elevator, that's how it works. Right. So these are making 16 grid power each, and I've got 16 of them, so 256, I think. 16 squared, something like that. So that's that. I've also got the aforementioned solar panels, which I think are over here. There they are. Although they don't produce a lot. They produce one each, so I'm only getting, what, 8? 7? 8, 9 there. And those are daytime ones, these are nighttime ones, so similar deal, but they work at night. But overall, that is not a lot of grid power, and I've got those 20 nether star generators, and they're using 20 each. I've got all these generators up here, and I think they've got some in as well. 5 each. That one's got 20 that it's not using. Let's take those back. All of these have got 20. Basically anything that can take a speed upgrade has got one in it. So, what I'd like to do is make more ways of generating grid power. Angel rings, they use grid power, that's why they're coming up. So, what I've got currently is the water mills, and the lunar and the solar panels. They're the only ones I'm currently using. To be fair, there's not very many different sorts, but I want to try the other ones and see if they're more efficient, less efficient, I don't know. So, Dragon Egg Mill. Power given, 1 grid power. That seems like not enough grid power given that it requires a dragon egg. But I'm pretty sure... Yes, do have a dragon egg. Very good. I could make that one if I wanted to. Oh my. Eye of Redstone? Oh. That's very scary looking considering it doesn't take all that much. Anyway, right. So, I can make one of them. Oh, that's... Ooh, actually, I might... Okay, don't have a lot of stone burnt. Stone burnt comes from putting polished stone in a resonator. Okay, that's fine. Let's make some more of that polished stone. No, I don't want polished andesite, although that might also work, I don't know. Right, let me find the polished stone and I'll be right back. Got there eventually. The problem with chisel is that it introduces so much crap into the JEI. But anyway, polished stone. You make it out of stone bricks, mossy stone bricks, cracked stone bricks, or chiseled stone bricks, laid out in a 4, and they're just made from stone laid out in a 4. So that's not difficult. So let's I'm gonna have to add that to the filter. Put that in there like that, like that. Make a heck of a lot of stone burnt. And that's going to need to also be added to the filter. There we go, take that out. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to need a whole bunch of that. That's fine. Just take that for now. Let that carry on with what it's doing. Right. Put that in there. Dragon Egg Mill. Let's make one of these. A creepy looking eyeball. I'm going to need a lot of those, I suspect, so... Oh. Really? All the things to be out of. It's redstone torches? Seriously? Make me... And now I'm out of sticks. This is going great! This is going so well. I should turn the sounds back on. I wondered why it was so quiet. Ah, dearie me. I do have sticks on a auto crafting arrangement, but I think it only makes 100 of them at a time, something like that. Anyway, let's make a few more of those. That'll do. Right. Dragon Egg Mill. Very good. And of course for that we are going to need dragon egg. I'm hoping it produces more than one. Where am I going to put all of this? Hadn't thought that through. I could... Oh, it's only one. I'm only making one of these. Right, let's stick it there. That'll do. Right. Be very careful with the egg. Very carefully. Aha! Power generating 500! Holy snood. Why did it only say 1? Power given 1 grid power. You stupid thing, JEI. Goddamn. Anyway, 500. That's nice. I'd make more of those, but I only have 1 dragon egg. You get 1 egg per dragon, or just 1 egg per world? Because I could go get more. Killing the dragon is easy in modded. Okay, right. Let's try some other stuff and things. Watermill I have. Windmill I'd like to try, actually. Because that can go up on the roof fairly easily. Right, let's do... Generates power from wind. Power boosted by rain? Okay. It says rain, not snow, so I'm thinking maybe to put it not over my buildings, because all my buildings get snow. North-south blocks must be clear. That's not a problem. Okay, let's make... I don't know, 8? Okay, we'll make 6. We'll make 6. 6 is good. Let's grab some more stone burnt. Very good. Leave that. Processing all the stone burnt. I want 8. Let's make 8. 8. There we go. Right. That's that. And I'm just going to grab these for, like, scaffolding. Okay. So most of my buildings, as you can see, get snow. I don't know whether this... Where is it? Power boosted by rain. Whether it matters. If it's rain or snow. Or whether it's just referring to, you know, falling from the sky. Sort of a deal. But... I would rather put it where there's rain just to be sure. All of this is covered in snow because it's high up. I don't know whether this part would be snowy or rainy. I don't think it really is going to matter where I put it. I mean, the water mills work in the nether, so it's across dimensions and etc, etc. I don't think it needs to be chunk loaded or anything, so let's put it... I don't want to put it in my farm. Oh, I know. If you happen to recognize this place, then power to you, because you've been here from the start. This is where I spawned. This is my little hidey hole. Complete with blocks. My very first sort of mining thing. I can do this now. Whoops. No, I can't. There we go. This is where I first started digging. I can't remember why. Doesn't look like I was caving. There's a skelly down there. Add a zombie. Yes, I hear you, zombie. Not interested. Up we go, up we go, go. Can I get up there, please? There we go. Right, that's that. My tiny, tiny little crops that I had. Because over here in this hole I had sheep. And I had sheep literally so I could make a bed. This is where it all started, so I thought, you know what, let's put it here. And apparently I'm now generating 121,000 GP. I don't think so. Right. North-south blocks need to be clear. I don't know whether that means they need to face north-south, but I'm going to make them do that anyway, just because. Okay, north and south need to be clear, so the direction doesn't matter. Okay, cool. I was trying to think about which way it was. It's like, okay, rises in the east, sets in the west, so north is over there, but that part doesn't matter. Anyway, I am going to just put these up just a little bit. There we go, like that. Alright, let's do that. Power generating 1.4-ish? That's not bad. Should it be higher? Does it need to be... I mean, I'm quite happy to go up to build height. That's not a problem. Let's, hang on. The thought occurs that I could have used flight and an angel block, but I didn't think that far ahead now, did I? Okay. Okay, I don't think it makes all that much difference what height it's at. I think I can just put them... There we go. As long as the north-south blocks are clear, I think you can go like this. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. There we go. I could make more of those. They're pretty easy to make. They're generating 2-ish each. The thing with that, though, is that it fluctuates depending on the weather, which is fine. That's how it's meant to work, but at least with the water ones and the dragon mill one, it's consistent. Okay, 2 more I want to try. Fire mill, lava mill. Gives 2 grid power when placed over fire. Beautiful. Do I have any nether brick fences? No, I don't. Also, apparently have none of those left either. Awesome. Okay, now that that's sorted, let's make a whole bunch of these. Did I have the fences? No, I didn't. Right. Fences, please. I think I'm going to make... Let's go with 16. That's a nice even number. There we go. Right. 16, please. Those I'm also going to need some of that. And one of those. And I know exactly where I'm going to put it too. Seems like a natural extension, does it not? Can't go that way because that's where the quartz generator is, so I'm thinking just over here. I'm just going to make... Not even going to be all that big. It doesn't need to be all that big. Right. Need to come this way a little bit. You also need to come up a little bit, but that's okay. At some point I'll come in here and neaten up the walls and everything like that, but just for now, let's... That'll do. Don't need it to be perfect, I just need it to work. But it does need to be consistent with the theme. There we go, right, let's light all these up. Hopefully I've done this correctly, who knows. Just gonna need a temporary block. Yay. Generating 2. Well, that's not... At least it's consistent, I guess? Rather than the wind, which is... Oh. So it's like wind, but vertical, rather than horizontal. I can see why everyone goes for the watermills. They require the same materials to make, but they make 16 each. These are 2 each consistently. The wind is 2 each inconsistently. Watermills are 16. As long as you lay it out correctly. Okay, well that works at least. I do want to try the last one, which is the lava mill. And it seems like the sensible place for that would be the nether. I'm assuming it can work that way, given that I can go to the nether and fly with the grid power I'm using with my angel ring. It should work in reverse, hopefully, maybe. Possibly. Who knows. 2 grid power when adjacent to lava. I'm kind of hoping that it's 2 each side in a similar way to the watermill, so at least I'll get 8 out of each of these. Maybe. Hopefully. Anyway, let's do 8. That'll do. Right. And some scaffolding blocks, please. Very much. To the nether! And there's ghasts already. Beautiful. My favourite. Okay, so. No shortage of lava, obviously. You know what? He's going to be a problem. Let's just... Shut up, Gust. Let me just walk around for a bit, hang on. There we go. Right. Crackly bow. Okay. So lava. I'm so glad that worked. I had a split second of, oh god, I'm gonna die. Okay. So it needs to be next to lava. I don't know Whether I can just put it next to land somewhere. Maybe I could just stick it down here. Then again, if it's lava on each side, then I do want it to sort of come out more. Actually, you know what would be really handy right now would be sand. Okay, hang on. Let's get some... Or whoa, jeez! Not cool, dude. That's fire. Go away! Would everyone stop trying to kill me, please? And where did my portal go? Right, so now that that's sorted, what I'm thinking is just to branch out from, say, here. Wherever, it doesn't really matter. Let's go here. And what I'm going to do... Okay, branch out. I don't even really need to do that, but I'm going to... I'd like to be able to see it from up there. Just because. Something like that, that'll do. And I'm just going to mark that. So... And that's literally just so I can see what I'm doing. Right. So, sand against the dirt. Till we start getting sand on the surface. Is right. Cool, it's not that deep. We do want a gap in between, I think. If the lava mills work the same way as the water mills, then yes, we are going to want a gap in between. To take advantage of the lava sources. So, that's why I'm leaving a space. Okay, right there. Coolio. Right. So, I'm absolutely not going to use my shovel to break those, because my shovel is powerful. I will end up in lava. And I'd rather not end up in lava. Done that once today, did not enjoy it. Okay, so, then, in theory, I take that off, put that there. Take that one down one, and put that on top. Oh, it only generates 2. It's kind of disappointing, quite honestly. I was kind of hoping it would generate 8, you know, 2 on each side. Yeah, that's no fun. Dear makers of extra utilities. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to start that list because that list will end up a mile long. The fact that the grid power is broken in the first place is kind of their fault, so yeah, maybe not. Anyway, let me put these other 4 in while I'm here. Go away. Right, so they're all in. They're generating 2 each. That kind of sucks, to be honest. I was really hoping that it would be 2 each side. Like I said, I can see why everyone uses watermills. For the amount of resources... Whoa! I was trying to give a really nice closing paragraph there, Ghast, and you ruined it. Shut up. Where's your friend? Wherever he is, shut up and go away. Anyway. I think at least in the case of the lava ones, they should do 2 on each side. I can understand the wind one not being super efficient. And variant. Because of wind speeds and whatever. But yeah, lava should definitely be... Should be more... That was intentional. No, it really wasn't. Oh, gosh. That was scary as what that was. Will you lot shut up? Cheese and rice. Go away. Well, at least now I've got some semi-reliable grid power. success, I guess. I think, though, if I want to have more grid power, or, more reliable grid power, I'll just end up doing more of this. This is by far the most efficient. Not so much in terms of space, though. I'll need to hide it somewhere, I guess, but yeah. The other ways are just not as good. I mean, this is brilliant. I just don't know if I can get another dragon egg, so I think water mills are the way to go. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Cheers!